Hey, welcome to the arcade. And today, Locojoy, the developer of Tarisland or Tarisland, just shot basically a cannonball across the bow of Blizzard the morning of BlizzCon. So let's take a look at this. I've already watched it one time just to make sure there was some type of content to it. So this is not an initial reaction, but this is some interesting things. Very interesting. So watch this. They might basically be claiming they're going to kill WoW in a roundabout way. Look at that.
为什么会做一款 MMORPG 呢？当然是源于我们对 RPG 这个游戏的极度的热爱。因为其实我和我的主创团队呢，都曾经拥有共同的这种游戏的经历。然后，尤其是我们年轻的时候，那些和我们曾经的朋友、同学还有室友，曾经并肩在游戏当中游历配合。 还有战斗过的这种情景，其实依然是历历在目的。而对于我们来说，其实并不希望这些曾经的美好只存在于我们的回忆当中。我们非常的希望能够将这份美好延续下去。我觉得这一点很重要。
它得真实啊，我能沉浸其中，我有我自己的在这个游戏世界中。
See that they just right off the bat talking about everything that makes us want to play an MMO. Everything we want in an MMO. They right off the bat, they weren't talking about, you know, the technology. They weren't talking about the graphics. They weren't talking about the mechanics. They went straight in. Why? You and I play MMOs, and this is it. And then the next one, they're just flipping the next page to immersion. I mean, it could all be scripted. This could be like genius marketing in a manner that for some reason American companies can't figure out. But usually we know that fails. You know, when they lie to us in marketing and we get the game and it's not what they say it is, it causes the game to basically fail. I think they know that. So I'm going to presume that they've done their research and these individuals in charge, these directors, are being sincere what they're stating. Because, you know, if I was a director, I'd be saying this. This is what I would want. And I know you would be saying the exact same thing if you were the director. So hopefully these guys are sincere and they're allowed to do what they say they want to do, should do, and have to do.
中的一个身份，我遇到合拍的朋友，可以一起去探索、去冒险、去征战地下城。
对，我也认为是它可以脱离我们现实世界，能够在我们全新的一个虚拟的游戏世界当中，在线上的陌生人去产生新的情感和情绪的牵绊。
Look at that.
世界立项。
Quick question: that conversation you just heard, if you took out basically the Taris Land stuff and put in classic WoW 2005, 2006, 7 era stuff and entitled this video reminiscing about WoW, would you think they were talking about it? Of course you would. And I think they know that. I think that's what they're actually referring to. And then they are basically going, we've got it. We put it in a bottle and we're going to give it back to you. What everyone's been demanding. But I mean, also take note of these graphics, man. I mean, this is pretty crazy.
的初衷就是
pretty good in a cartoony way.
实际上是它代表了其实我们的主创团队对 MMORPG 这个品类的理解。我们所想象的 MMORPG 呢，它一定是拥有庞大的世界观，那么它一定要有富有感染力的剧情，无尽的世界的探索，能够让玩家能感受到富有挑战的副本。 在游戏当中的体验一定不是这种单调和千篇一律的。
我想象的 MMO 一定是一个价值多元、行为自由，然后可以去冒险、探索、解谜甚至是钓鱼打铁，所有的行为都有价值。这样的一个
all actions matter。
它一定是一个公平的世界。
You know, for an MMO to be successful, the grinding must be purposeful. And the leveling up must be, what's the word? Gratifying. There must be a reward, feel like an accomplished a gratifying feeling when you level up. But everything has to be purposeful. And that's how I interpret what they're saying. The same thing has to be purposeful, which is good. They're on the right track if they deliver this. It must be a fair world.
大家在游戏世界当中都在同一起跑线，那么他们可以通过在游戏中富有挑战的历练，从而
Stronger, not
在
weaker.
游戏当中变得强大，而不是简单的只是
No pay to win.
玩家都能
All this is sounding great.
是绝对的公平。
每一个玩家可能都有一个心目中 MMO 就应该是那样子的一个初印象，就像我最早接触的 UO、EQ 也都在潜移默化的影响
She didn't mention
MMO 游戏
one MMO
塑造。在构建世界观之初呢，我们首先明确的想法是要做一个西幻题材的，我们就参考了许多的经典的西幻作品，包括影视、小说、游戏，甚至一些其他。
So I'm sure I can't remember the name of the company. It was like I'm gonna badger it. Pixel Castle something. Some old devs from WoW and a couple other games came together, started a studio, and they're saying they're going to create an MMO. They made this weird statement where they weren't going to go with the classical categories and everything you see in the fantasy world. I think that's a mistake. I mean, everything sort of stems from the Tolkien universe. So we're expecting, dwarfs and orcs and elves. We're expecting that. That is fantasy. Like if you start defining fantasy, you've got that in there along with dragons and unicorns. You've got that in there. If you start taking it out, you've created something anew. And to give you an example, New World is an MMO that's created something anew by doing that. And there's some pluses to that, and there's some negatives to that. Everyone likes fantasy for a reason. It's been successful for over 100 years in multiple venues, from books, comic books, TV shows, movies, video games. Okay, there's a reason why Tolkien and C.S. Lewis, in a sense, said, hey, here's this fantastical world. And we all went, oh, I just want to rub it all over me. Okay, there's a reason for that, because it was that good. So they said, we're going to stick to that. And and then it sounds like they really dove deep and rubbed it all over themselves. That's just not the best analogy, but that's what I came up with. Okay.
它的艺术形式基于我们的理解呢，最终确立了世界观的架构。这个世界中的绝对主宰是3个主张完全不同的古神。那原本呢，他们互相制衡，但因为一颗特殊星球的存在，古神之间的平衡关系呢就被打破了，一场宇宙级的灾难即将爆发。而我们的主角，也就是玩家，他就会面临这个挑战，并会在这场史诗级的冒险中去经历这一切，并完成自我价值的实现。
Epic.
为了
The journey must be epic.
一个大世界、广袤的世界地图，我们做了超远距离视角，然后做了一些24小时天气变化，包括晴天、雨天、雾天，然后力求给玩家一个真实。
Holy cow!
我们在游戏里边，不管是 NPC 还是 BOSS 还是
In the US, we would call that they're dunking on us now. They're
历史啊
dunking on Blizzard right now. Dunking
以及表情，它的习惯性的动作，有一些动作设计也都是在刚开始的设定里边。主要目的就是为了力求让角色在这个世界里边更生动一些。听觉体验上，我们有幸的邀请到了曾经为多款世界知名
A lot of people don't like music.
著名
I like music, but it's gotta be
我们塔尔斯世界 BGM 的制作当中，从章节当中获取灵感，来去为我们的产品谱写乐章，然后将整
And I like what they're playing right now.
玩家在塔尔斯世界的
Look at that! Look at that!
的组成部分。
我们期望可以提供给玩家优秀的画面和沉浸的体验，同时呢，又想满足线下用户碎片化的游戏时间，所以从立项之初就定义了。
I hear all the time people talking about how just WoW looks antiquated, and it is. It's an old engine, and they improved on what they had previously, and back in the day, it was really good. The only way they can correct this is basically everything, I think, as far as I understand, anew. Man, this is they're really, again, pointing out, look how better our game is. And everybody knows they're juxtaposing against WoW. Everybody knows this is they call it the WoW clone, but I'm at this point saying it's not a WoW clone. This is a reinvention of the fantasy MMO, or at least that's the way they're selling it. They could, like many developers these days, not deliver. But I know one thing. I recently went and played Genshin Impact, and they were talking about, I hear this all the time about Taris Land. It's a mobile game. It's a mobile game. It's going to suck. It's just a stupid mobile game. Well, all I know is this: Genshin Impact, it's a mobile game, and on PC, it looks beautiful. It looks better than what Nintendo did. It plays better. It has many better mechanics, and the storyline's not the greatest, but I got a little confused in it. But as far as the gameplay and the game itself, it was fantastical. So, a mobile game. I'll just say no, because it's a mobile game. It was freaking impressive and probably beats about 40% of all games that came out in 2023. It's a 2-year-old game. So if they deliver this on that same level higher, but put immersion with it, epic storyline, a fantastical lore with it, and no play to win, I don't see how it's not just going with no monthly subscription. And they've opened up to mobile users. Wow. I'm just saying, wow is could be wrong.
双端游戏这个研发方向，移动端和 PC 端呢，使用完全独立的2套美术资源规格，也分别针对移动端和 PC 端去独立开发材质和光影效果。那 UI/UE 体验呢，也去适配了双端用户的习惯，分别定制了不同的界面布局和操作逻辑，期望可以用 PC 端去还原 MMO 的沉浸感和团本的极致操作体验，然后手机端呢去满足做日常和跑图的一些需求。当然了，手机端也能够随时随地拿起来配合开荒。在玩法强度上呢，主要是采取难度分层来去适配重度和轻度玩家。每一个副本呢都有多层的难度设计。轻度的玩家可以通过低难度来体验所有的游戏内容，而硬核的玩家他可以去挑战更高的难度。
I like this.
更高的成就感。这也是我们在塔瑞斯世界中倡导游戏的多元价值追求的一些思考。
其实对于六顿卓越这家公司来说的话，其实在往年有研发蛮成功的 RPG 的产品，很有幸能够去收获了许多玩家。
What are these RPGs？
塔瑞斯世界作为六顿卓越的，将会是我们新的系列。我希望这款产品它不需要氪金，它不需要太干，然后让我们的玩家的话，实际上不需要被游戏绑架，能够去伴随着我们游戏的不断迭代的赛季，可以随时回来，随时回家。
我们认为，成为塔瑞斯世界的幕后工作人员，更像是一场马拉松比赛，而不是一次单场表演。正是在如此竞争激烈的游戏环境中脱颖而出，并创建一支优秀团队的关键。
这是一生一次的游戏。
愿塔瑞斯可以火遍全球，给每位玩家带来欢乐和惊喜。
希望每一位玩家都可以在游戏中找到属于自己的冒险，能够乐在其中。
我希望让我们的游戏可以回归最纯粹的游戏乐趣，可以去告诉我们热爱 RPG 的。
They're talking about bringing it back, so you know. My phone is just doing crazy things right now. It's literally like, I don't know. I have no idea. Anyway, they're talking about bring it back, so you know what they're talking about. You know what they're talking about. WoW Classic, bringing back that original feeling that everyone talks about.
游戏的冒险者们，这世界本该如此。
Well, it should be. Hey, if they deliver, I'm telling you, WoW's dead. If they deliver, if people get over the fact like it's a mobile game, I'm not playing it. It's not on PC. I mean, it's on PC, but it's on Android. Anyway, hey, don't forget you can follow me on kick.com OG_BRAD. Also, follow me here on YouTube. I appreciate you watching. Don't forget to like before you go. Click that little button for me.